Okay, we're back to the Husqvarna Viking Model 21. Again, an amazing Swedish machine from the 1950s, and it's specifically 1951. And what we're going to demonstrate now is a decorative sew-off, but I want to reinforce something again. If you're looking for a heavy-duty machine and you've been looking at different brands, and we love all the brands, we have owned a number of Foffs, of Nichis, you name it, we've had it, and we probably have it in our inventory. But out of any of those machines, when it comes to heavy duty, I've never found anything to match this particular model. Again, when you think of the Foff 130 and the Foff 130-6, you think of power, and rightfully so. The average 130 usually has like a 1.0 to a 1.3 amp motor. This Husqvarna comes with a 1.5 Swedish amp motor, the largest that I've ever found in a light industrial type machine like this. So decorative or heavy duty, this is your machine. But what we're going to do now is we're going to set and just show you how easy it is to set a decorative stitch. This, again, if you looked at the introductory video, and if you haven't seen it yet, please take a minute to watch it. It covers a lot of features of this great machine. But selecting one of these decorative stitches, again, if you're looking at single needle sewing, you would use this side. If you're looking at double needle sewing, you would use this side, and it's just as easy as rotating that inner disc to select that particular pattern that you want to sew and then putting in the appropriate cam. But we're going to be sewing off this pattern, and I'm sure that there's a technical name for it. I'm just going to call it kind of a checker type pattern because that's the way it looks to me. We've already inserted cam C, so cam C is already in the machine, and it's so easy to slide it in. The next thing we're going to set on the machine is going to be the stitch length, and the stitch length for this particular pattern is going to be 0.3. So I'm going to move this over here near the stitch length area and rotate it clockwise, and you can kind of just look as we get down near to our setting point. There's 0.5 right there, 0.4, 0.3. So we've set that. The next setting is going to be, and it says 1, is going to be to select the actual pattern that's on that cam. Each one of these cams has 5 patterns on it. So I'm going to set this down and rotate the machine just slightly so the camera can be easier for the camera to get a shot. And you can see here that we basically have pattern choices between 1 and 5. Again, we need pattern 1, so I'm just going to take this and move it all the way to pattern 1. I'll rotate the machine back into position again and pick up this easy dial-a-stitch again. And you can see the final setting we have, it says set it to 3. That's going to be our stitch width. So if we come down to this control right here, we're just going to move it from 0 over to 3. Now you might say to yourself, what about needle position? Well, again, the ease of operation with this Husqvarna Model 21 is that it does that automatically. Once you set those 3 different steps, which, you know, we take longer to explain it in the video, when you get this machine in your home, you'll be able to do it just like that. And what it does then is it automatically controls the orientation of that needle. So that's it. 1, 2, and 3, you're done, and you can move between the stitches very rapidly. So I just love this machine. It's fantastic. So follow me down towards the needle, and what we're going to do now is actually sew that particular decorative stitch off. Here we go. That machine runs so unbelievably quiet. It's unbelievable. Even when we sew heavy duty, you'll see the same. Look at that top stitch. The stitch formation, and again, the movement of that needle, hopefully you could see it through the camera, is just so many different directions, 4 to 6 different directions in milliseconds, and the quality and the output of that is just perfect. If we rotate it over, you've got an equally gorgeous lock-in stitch as well. So make sure you take a second and watch our other videos as well. What those are going to focus on is the incredible power of this wonderful Swedish machine with a 1.5 amp motor. So check them out.